We are trying to get it lined up. I see a lot of red and black. So you about ready to do this?
Let's do it.
And now, it's about that time.
Pre-record on my count. 7.
And we see that obviously was the wrong one.
On Facebook.
I liked it on Facebook.
Follow us on Twitter. INSiiGHTS.
Yeah.
2 I's in the middle. INSiiGHTS.
All right, y'all.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. We got Rick, got Miss B. We together as a family in 2023. Hey. Rick Brown, your town. Let's see what's going down.
What's happening to the man they call MC, but no. He is the VIP. And my lady, my first lady. Hello, Miss B.
Hello, how
Oh, Rick. Uppercut. He making Fred. He gonna make sure the ladies be on his side this year.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh. I love it.
Kinder. I'm gentle this year. This is my plan. Being nice to everyone.
Oh, being nice.
No, we only 11 days.
Everyone.
We'll say,
Hey,
We only 11 days in.
Miss B, that's 11 days more than last year, though. I mean, baby steps.
What do you say, Rick? Baby steps.
Baby steps. Here. Yeah. That's it. Hey, how was everyone's holiday?
It was good.
Man, I spent time with them kids that's now grown. And so the kids I spend time with now are my grandsons. You know, I got daughters and all grandsons. I don't have to have no girls. I had grandsons. I got big grandsons. So I got some monsters coming out.
That's what's up.
Man, it's all good. And how was yours? This is the first time going through with the granddaughter, isn't it?
Yeah, she spent a week with me, and oh my goodness, didn't want to see her leave, man. But I will see my baby girl real soon. We'll see my princess soon.
Miss B.
Yes. Yeah. My grandson, I talked to him. He had a good time, so that's all that matters. He was just hanging out with his papa.
I hear you. Man, let me tell you. We're here in 2023. You know, we took some time off, much needed time, rested a little bit. No, don't let me lie. Didn't rest much at all, but still picked up. We were doing so many games with INSiiGHTS. Man, we did 4 or 5 from the Capital City Classic. We did, we did a lot of the McClay games. We're probably 10, 12 at least games into the season already that we've done. And so, we've done that. We got the weekly Claflin Athletics show that we've been rolling with. Entertaining, just a lot that's going on. And I guess one of the things that we're really kind of glad about is that, during the break, we get a chance to see a lot of the college students come home in the Tallahassee area. So we ran into them at basketball games, and at the Capital City Classic. It's like homecoming. That's where all the basketball players go. They all roll up in there. The coaches, the players, the former players, the the people that have gone on to school is not playing anymore. At the Ricketts game, we saw Lanaya Lee at University of Central Florida, and she's one of the young ladies that y'all see in all the commercials that we do about freshmen. She's one of the characters in there. We just kind of hit it off real early when we met her about 9th or 10th grade. And I told her everything that INSiiGHTS did, she had right of first refusal to be a part of it. And so she's broadcasted when she was here. She's cut commercials. She's been involved with some of the programs we've had with college students from all over the country, giving insight into COVID-19 and different things. She's just been active. She plays Delta, is really active. Sarah McLaughlin, one of the first young ladies who was academic student of the week. I mean, she kind of broke the record. She came the first 3 years. She was like the student of the year, 3 years in a row. I think she graduated in 3.5 years at Vanderbilt. We saw her, so we got a chance to see one from Ricketts, one from Florida High. We got a chance to see some of those kids come back.
That's great. That is
Okay.
great. And, you know,
Go ahead.
that is great when you see them. You know, they're like they're not babies anymore. They grown. They grown up pretty much. Especially
Yeah.
Naya. Wow.
And her little sister playing on Ricketts' team, you know.
Mhm.
And then you look at some of them that, like Terrion Arnold, we found out over the break who went to Florida High and then went to JP2. He ended up going to Alabama. And after redshirt season, he ended up making all SEC freshman team as voted on by the coaches. So
Wow.
we were very happy for him, and you know, to see his success at Alabama. Then to see his little brother transferred to NFC, highly sought after little guy, but a heck of an athlete on the football and basketball team, drawing interest from some Power 5 schools. So a lot of these people, you know, these students have gone on and they've done really, really well. Really well. We're really very, 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 very proud of them and the successes that they have. So that's one of the things that we're really proud of. Then we got a correspondence here. I just received it today. Alexandria Kennedy, track and field. She getting ready to sign, go to Georgia Southern. She's a student athlete from Leon High School. They contacted us about her signing day later on this week. She's been in track and field, but she rewrote the history books during her time at Leon with long jump, triple jump, and she owns a school record 2 times Florida High School state finals, and she's going to track, going track at Georgia Southern. So congratulations to her, and we're going to try to make it out to her signing. Keep up with her and her accomplishments. You know, it just goes on and on. I mean, the successes of some of these athletes that we've been covering. You know, so we're just really kind of proud of some of the accomplishments that they have achieved. Now,
Okay. Congratulations.
we had another young lady off the
I mean,
class.
and that's why.
Go ahead.
No, I was just sorry, Coach, but I was gonna say. I mean, that's why this program. This is why INSiiGHTS was really born. I mean, to highlight their successes, and that's just when I hear that, man, and I hear where y'all walk in the building, everybody INSiiGHTS, and go all mad and crazy. I mean, that just tells. It warms my heart to hear that, because that's why we're doing this. So congrats to all the student athletes who are having success and the ones who are coming up to have successes, future successes.
Mm-hmm. And you know, and like you said, that's why we do it. And obviously, you know, you've been a critical part of that. But one of the things that we're promoting now, Tallahassee owned, globally known, INSiiGHTS. This is 2023. We started in 2013. We've been 10 years, Rick. We've been doing this now. Does it seem like that?
Sometimes, but seriously, no. Rolls by, and look how things have changed in those. I mean, the little kids now, as Ms. B said earlier, daggone almost adults, grown, as my mom would say, and wow, the middle school kids now in college, and wow, that's awesome. 10 years. Do you believe it, Coach? 10 years? 10?
We never knew how it would go when we started it. We just figured we'd take it step by step, day by day, and go as far with it as we could, and find out, what worked and what didn't work. And so, we continue to evolve, we continue to grow, continue to keep trying to find ways to bring attention and recognition to these students and to their programs. I mean, and to think that it's been 10 years that we've done it, it's just truly it's something that's gone on that we really don't have a whole lot of control over. It's the blessings that we have received from it. I mean, that's what it is, more than anything else, is the blessings that we've received. And I'm gonna see if I'm gonna try to show something to you.
God is great. Is it that simple? God is great. Don't get no simpler than that, bro. Did you know that? I mean, everybody knows it, but the way you know it now, did you know it before that incident took place? You can know it all you want, but until you got to pick up that cross that you can't carry, and he picks it up for you and carries you and the cross, then you know. God is great. Is it that simple? God is great. Don't get no simpler than that. Did you know that? I mean, everybody knows it, but the way you know it now, did you know it before that incident took place? You can know it all you want, but until you got to pick up that cross that you can't carry, and he picks it up for you and carries you and the cross, then you know. God is great. Is it that simple? God is great. Don't get no simpler than that.
There's not a whole lot left to say after that. To speak on the fact that, you say you know it, but until you go through something and God pick you up and the cross and carry you over, we haven't done it ourselves. There's been a lot of people that have tried to do what we do, and there's a lot of them who do it now because of us doing it. And I always say imitation is the best form of flattery. So it's okay if they, want to do it. That's fine. It's like us doing the basketball and football games. We never wanted to be the only ones doing it. We felt if there was a high school game on every channel, then that's great. The kids deserve every ounce of exposure they can get. We never looked for that with schools. The only thing that we really negotiated was everybody would do football, because that's that's your prize. That's your prize sport. So everybody wanted to do football. But my agreement with the schools was that we would not limit our exposure opportunities to just football, that we would do basketball, that we would do men and women's basketball, that we would try to include the women's sports and some of the other sports that don't always get that attention. And that's why we've done baseball, haven't done softball, but we've done AAU, we've done other sports outside of football. And a lot of it is based on relationships, that we had those relationships a lot of time with the basketball coaches that, man, coach, any game you want to do, you can come do our game, coach. Or schools reaching out, like McClay, who wanted us to do all their games. So, I mean, and they're one of our first clients, and hope that they're happy with the exposure that they've gotten. As their parents come up to us after the game and say, thank you for putting the games up, because now their grandparents can see the game.
Yes.
And the interesting thing is that the older people don't have, you think everybody has YouTube, but the older people have their live streaming devices on Roku. So they go to Roku and watch the games, watch their grandson or granddaughters play, and the grandparents are the ones that send in the money most of the time. That when they need extra money to participate, the grandparents are the ones sending it. So them being able to watch the games means a lot to the kids, as it would for me to be able to watch my grandson play. So those are some of the rewarding things that you do in terms of giving back. And that's what INSiiGHTS has always tried to do 10 years worth, is to give back.
Hashtag it's about the kids.
That's a good one there. That's hashtag it's about the kids. And it really is. Now, don't get me wrong. I have to be honest. I don't always get a whole lot of things to get in your way, but like, it's never an issue at my house. My wife is like, you good. I don't have a problem, because she said you go all the time anyway when you were coaching, so it's pretty much the same thing. So you're gone and you're doing things. And the number one game we did last year was my daughter's game. Who'd have thought North Florida Christian and Godby girls, who are both struggling to have, successful seasons, would be the most watched basketball game of the season. More so than Ricketts, Godby, more so than Thomasville, more so than Florida High, Godby girls, and North Florida Christian girls. And Milan's comment was, those are my supporters at NFC. They support what we do.
Okay.
What can you say?
You just never know.
How much?
It's not much. It's not much you could say. But back on 23, let's grab hold of one of the top stories that just really happened recently on the football field.
Okay.
What story was that?
What is it? Damar Hamlin. Yeah.
Your son played football. How did you feel seeing that? Your son played football.
Man, as a parent, I just felt for his mother. As a mother, I felt for his mother. Like, oh my God, that's my baby. Y'all, they always be our babies, no matter how old y'all are. And it's like your heart stopped for them, and everybody held their breath, and it's hard to put into words. And then to see those big, small, burly guys crying on the field, it was tough to see on TV. I just could not imagine being there. I just couldn't.
Rick, what was your thought when you saw it?
I had a completely different thought pattern when it first happened, because I guess I had become so numb to injuries happening on the football field. Every game that I've covered, someone has gotten hurt and hasn't returned to the game. So when it first happened, I looked and kept on doing whatever I was doing, wasn't really paying attention. But then the game, I mean, he stayed down a little bit too long, and then everyone started coming around, and like Miss B was saying, you saw people crying, and then I started paying more attention. Like, wait a minute, what's really happening here? And turned up my volume to hear what was going on. Like I said, I just thought it was another football injury, which is bad when you become numb to situations like that. Another human getting hurt, even though it's a sport, still. But wow, isn't God good? I mean,
Yes,
isn't
he is.
God great because of the recovery that he made, that he's making, and to see where he was
Yes.
to where he is now. Um, wow, incredible, incredible. Like I said, at first I didn't think it was as serious as it was, and I kind of just brushed it off. When I found out what was really going on, I was like, "Oh no, A- am I going to see another person die on the field?" And
Hank
then,
Gaddis.
and then relief, So I was on a little roller coaster ride that started low, went high, back low, and now it's moving back up. So, what about you, Coach?
Hank Gathers.
Mm, mm-hmm,
Hank Gathers. That's
mm,
what came to my mind.
mm,
Um,
mm,
we'd seen it once, and somebody had asked um, a really good question when they were talking about. They said, "Do y'all talk about race relations on Insights?" And I said, "Yes and no." Um, and their thing was during that time there was no racial issues going on with his injury. It was never black and white. It was never about that. Everybody was pulling for his recovery. Everybody. And from that, it kind of lets you know, in a sense, what the country could be.
mm.
Um, Unfortunately, it takes tragedy or tragic circumstances for everybody to forget individual differences and pull the rope the same way. Um, I mean, there's times when, I've had some of my athletes who play overseas, and one of them was dating a young lady from a different racial background. And I asked him, how was that overseas? I said, how was prejudice, racism, what was it like? He said, well, when I tried to explain it to a coach, she had no idea of the concept because they don't deal with that over there. So it was nothing parallel that I could tell them about for her to understand what it was like. They just see people. They don't see the different colors that we're almost forced to see and to make decisions based on where you are because of that. And for me, um, sports a lot of time um, puts a band-aid over issues because people pull together for the betterment of the team. And the racism comes in almost like with children. Children don't have it until people tell them what the difference is, you know, and it's an issue, you know. So Miss B, you're crooked. You so so I mean it's what that was my thought on it. That was my thought on it,
It is. I mean, but you're right. I mean, sports. It's funny, and sports is the one place that you could cheer for. I mean, it unifies for so often. It unifies people, and then you step out the game, step out that stadium, and the unity departs.
Mhm.
If there, I wish there was a magic formula where we could like bottle it up and just sprinkle it all over, So that same feeling that you're cheering for or against whoever, that you cheer for Joe here and Kadeem there and Mickey here and Richard there and Miss B there,
Mhm.
But and we call this the United States of America, right? Yeah, yeah. We've still got a lot of work to do to bring that together, to be united.
Yeah, but for that moment, we were. And
Yes.
it's unfortunate it takes that situation for that to happen. Um, Another thing, you know, all things Cleveland, dealing with Donovan Mitchell and his 71 point
Phew.
explosion, the missed free throw that he did cross the line on and rebound the ball and put it back up. Um, One of the things in that was it was brought to my attention. Did you know that the NBA hit him with a random PED test after the game?
I thought it was the next day, but
Did.
it probably was right after the game.
Well, it was the
And
next day. Yeah.
and, and he went off. He was like, "Really?" That's funny. That's so funny that I believe it. Well, if it was the NFL, I would believe it more. You don't hear it too often about the NBA though, so that was funny to me.
Ms. B,
He can smoke weed, but he can't take a performance and a PED. That's crazy. That's crazy. But would that have really helped him get 71 points?
I don't see how performance enhancing drug it doesn't help him shoot better. It doesn't help his vision better. You know, and it wasn't like he had 35 rebounds where maybe it helped him jump or something. But typically, Rick, you played the game. Jump shooters typically don't have a consistent jump shot. And people ask me, why is that? I said, because they jump so well, their jumper has different levels. And so what happens is they shoot a tip shot, a jump shot, a in your face shot, and it's always a different release point. So
Mhm.
it takes a lot to be consistent. Your best shooters are not really jumpers like that, you know. And now he can get to the basket, but he handles the ball and does something. But I just thought that was a little extra there. That was a little special.
The NBA saying, whoa, Mitch, what's happening here?
What's happening?
Where'd that come from? Okay, go
Hey,
get him.
a special shout out
Okay,
to our friend Rick Cabrera,
okay,
TCC men.
yeah.
Man, they are having a heck of a season. A heck of a season. Nationally ranked, I think they're 16-1, 17-1. He is having a heck of a season. So anybody that's close, that's in the area, you want to see some good basketball, you need to go see Rick Cabrera at
Ooh,
TCC. They
ooh.
are getting it done.
He said it. He said it right here. He said he thought he had a chance. In his words, he had a chance to be to be pretty good. Hmm.
Hey, that was coach speak.
Yeah. And for saying, "Oh yeah, we gonna bring it."
Pretty much. Pretty much. That's exactly what that was. Now,
Wow, that's what's up.
yes, hold on just a minute here. I think you know something.
One thing that makes a person a legend is the ability to achieve greatness despite the obstacles thrown his way. On today's Remembering the Legends, we shine the spotlight on a former NFL player who is patiently waiting for his second chance to lead another NFL team. Today, we celebrate Buffalo Bills defensive coordinator and former Alcorn State alum, Leslie Frazier. Leslie Antonio Frazier was born April 3rd, 1959, in Columbus, Mississippi. A three-sport athlete at Stephen D. Lee High School, Frazier stayed in state to play baseball and football at Alcorn State. His athleticism and eye for the ball immediately showed for the Braves football squad. In his freshman season, Frazier had 6 interceptions to go with 62 tackles. The next season, he set a school record with 9 picks to go with 26 pass breakups. While his junior season was cut short by injury, he still managed 5 interceptions to go with 49 tackles. Frazier decided to skip his senior season to declare for the NFL draft, but he went undrafted. That didn't stop him, as he made the Chicago Bears as an undrafted rookie in 1981, where he played mostly special teams. The next season, he made 6 starts in the strike-shortened 1982 season and notched his first 2 NFL interceptions. Now cemented as a starter, Frazier had 18 interceptions over the next 3 seasons at defensive back. And while he wasn't much of a shuffler, he did lead one of the league's best ever defenses with 6 picks during the Bears' Super Bowl winning season in 1985. However, one of the happiest times in his life was also one of the most disappointing, as Frazier suffered a career-ending knee injury in the contest and never played another down in the NFL. Frazier's coaching career started at Trinity International University back in 1988, when he became the program's first head coach at the age of 29. He built the program from the ground up, winning 2 Northern Illinois Intercollegiate Conference titles, and would make the program a perennial contender. Trinity honored Frazier for his impact by naming his football field after him. He had 4 winning seasons during his time at Trinity, before moving on to the University of Illinois for 2 seasons. In 1999, he was named defensive backs coach for the Philadelphia Eagles. That started a career that has lasted more than 20 years coaching in the NFL, successfully transferring his knack of being around the ball to his players. Frazier has coached with Cincinnati, won a Super Bowl with Indianapolis, coached at Minnesota, Tampa Bay, Baltimore, and has been with the Buffalo Bills since 2017. In the 7 seasons with Minnesota, his defense led the league with the most sacks and second most fumbles, and finished in the top 10 in yards allowed 3 times. He was elevated to interim head coach for the Vikings in 2010 before landing the full-time job in 2011. In 2012, Frazier's Vikings shocked the league, going 10-6 and making the playoffs. But they couldn't replicate the magic in 2013, and following the season, he was fired. Still, he didn't let that setback hold him back, turning the Bucs into a top 10 defense in 2015, helping the Ravens lead the league in interceptions in 2016, and helping make the Buffalo defense the best in the league in 2021 as defensive coordinator. Frazier was inducted into the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame, the Alcorn State Hall of Fame, the SWAC Hall of Fame, and is a finalist for the Black College Football Hall of Fame. He's still waiting for a team to see his worth as a leader of men. And while he's got multiple interviews for head coaching jobs in the NFL, he has been shut down. Yet, that doesn't stop him continuing to let his work show for him. That is why he is a legend.
Why'd you pick that candidate there?
Watching the Bills play and shut down, when I did this, I think they had finished playing Kansas City, and seeing the defense shut down Kansas City. And I was like, oh, that's right. Leslie Frazier is the DC there. And it just reminded me of his days in Tampa, how the defense really improved. And then I did some research on him. Didn't know that he went to Alcorn State. And that just made me even more interested in him. And his Super Bowl, part of the Super Bowl winning Bears and in the Super Bowl shuffle. Didn't know he was back there trying to shuffle when they did that little dance. and that he hasn't gotten another shot at a head coaching job. So all of this kind of came together and made me want to do him and want to highlight how this guy not only improves the defenses, but he also makes his players better men. That's what all the players told me when he was with Tampa Bay anyway. So that's why I called him.
Okay. Good job. Good job. We're going to use our Remembering the Legends segments when Black History Month comes out. I'm going to tweet one a day for the month and have our own Black History component on it. Wow. So, that's Rick awesome. Brown and Remembering the Legends. Yeah. High school sports. Let me go back to something here. We have our high school sports and INSiiGHTS Super 6 boys team and girls team. And I did notice after we started doing it that locally they started doing it too, but that's fine. That does not bother me. For the girls programs this week, number 6, Lincoln High at a 7-9 record. Madison County 8-6. Rickards, who was struggling earlier in the year, made their way up to number 4, 9-7. Monroe, who plays a pretty good schedule, 5-5. That's one thing I have to say about certain programs. They tend to play the best competition they can play. And some of the smaller schools are playing schools larger than them, trying to get ready. And it's just interesting that some of the larger schools are playing smaller schools, trying to make their record look better. But moving along, Childs is 13-3. They moved up a slot to number 2. Number 1 is Florida High, 10-7. They haven't lost a game in the area in over 4 years. They had nobody in the area to beat them. And their talent is one of the reasons. We're going to do the boys, but we have 4 local nominations for the McDonald's All-American game in Houston, Texas, March 28th. 722 basketball players were nominated. There will be 48 finalists, 24 men and 24 women. 2 young ladies, the only 2 young ladies out of the area from Florida High, 6'1", Chandria Frost and Lanaya Guinea, were the 2 young ladies out of the area that were nominated. We'll know real soon exactly who actually made that 48, or the 24 men, 24 women. But to show you, talking again about Florida High, last year they had 3 people nominated, 2 young ladies. We had Ardia Young, who went to Auburn, Tony Morgan, who went to Georgia Tech. The guy who was nominated was Trey Donaldson from Florida High, who's at Auburn and is playing some. So Florida High is really producing some talent. 3 out of 3 last year were from Florida High, and 3 out of 4 this year were from Florida High. The young man that was nominated from Florida High was Anthony Robinson II, early signee to Missouri. The 4th one, the offspring of 2 FAMU alumni, Kenny Parker and the former Shelley Boston, who played for the Rattlerettes. Their son, Chris Parker, 6'8" guard, being recruited by Villanova, Alabama, North Carolina State. He's being recruited at a high level. In fact, they struggled early in the season, but have now gotten up to 5-5. But they did not break the boys' INSiiGHTS 6. Number 6 is North Florida Christian, 7-4. Mariana, 12-4. We saw them in the Capital City Classic. We have one of their games up there. Lincoln High, who lost a big boy. When we saw them earlier in the year, they played McClay very good. And they got an ACL tear, but they still managed to hold on to 11-4 record. Monroe is another one of those schools, boys and girls ranked. The boys are 8-3. Number 2 is McClay with a 12-2 record. They were number 1 when the season, not when it started. They were number 2. Florida High was 1. They beat Florida High by 2. Broke Florida High's 17-game winning streak, and they played in a tournament down in the West Coast, down your way somewhere. Lost 2 games at Christmas, so they're 12-2. But number one, regaining their spot is Florida High, 14-1, with their one loss coming to McClay. And since that time, after they lost to McClay, they've been winning by an average of 25 points.
Oh boy!
You know, that game got their attention. Coach Boyd was able to get their attention pretty good after that. But we got next tomorrow, actually. We have McClay. We got a doubleheader with number 2 McClay and North Florida Christian at number 6. The Battle of Meridian Road. They're separated by about a mile and a half. So, and NFC has a pretty nice athletic team. So you might want to tune in and see that one. So that's the INSiiGHTS 6 there.
About that. All right. Yeah, I think that 1 and 2 gonna battle. They're gonna battle, Coach Owen, for all year. I think they're gonna battle.
Well, you know, the thing is, they're in the same district.
Mm-hmm.
And they won't meet again till district tournament time. And when they meet in the district tournament, depending on how they come out of that, they could meet again a game before they go to the state.
It could be 4 me.
Only one of them can make it. Only one of them can make it. You know. So it's going to be very, 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 very interesting.
Indeed. Hey, Coach.
Wow, that made a difference when you put that
Come on, that I'm like I'm doing this and I can't feel. I'm like, where is my thing? Hey, shout out to Lakeland High School. They won their 8th state title in football back in December. But also, shout out to Bill Castle, the head coach, who's retiring after 47 years as the head coach there.
Stop. How many years?
47.
Wow.
He's been at Lakeland High for 52 years total. 47 years as the head coach. He with the 8 state titles, 2 national championships, and his 473 wins is the tops in the state of Florida.
Get out of here.
Congratulations to Coach Castle on a tremendous career. And he had some players. The Pouncey twins were from there. Ahmad Black, who played with the Bucks, come from Lakeland High. So he's had some players there.
I need you to repeat again. How many years?
47 as head coach. 52. 52
Rick,
total.
He could have coached 3 generations. He could have had the grandfather, the father, and the daughter. I mean, I'm not gonna make it up, but he could have had 3 generations. That's just amazing.
They and Lakeland has always been the class of Lakeland High School football has always been the class of Polk County. And ever since I got there in '91, the first thing you heard, Bill Castle, Lakeland High School. So, hey, congratulations. And he turned 77. And he said, I didn't, it wasn't that I wanted to go, I was going to stop when I got out if we won and go out on top, but now's as good as time as any. I said, all right then. You just go out on top there, Coach Castle.
Congratulations, Coach Castle and his family. Because it takes a good family to be behind you to be able to go through that and still have things run like it ran for him. That's just amazing. Yeah. And Polk County, for those of you who don't know, that's the largest county in the state of Florida. It is the largest county in the state of Florida. That's a fact.
Duval.
Look up.
You look it up. Hey, remember, I lived in Polk County, Imperial Polk County.
Look it up.
No, I could be wrong, but I thought they were 3rd or 4th, Coach. But okay.
We'll put a bet on it. If I'm right, you cut off Coke for a month.
A month? Yeah, man,
Yeah.
you out your.
See, yeah.
All right, and wait a minute, no, because I don't have anything on you that I could. That
Pepsi.
would be
Pepsi.
Pepsi.
Yeah, I'm a Pepsi person. I'm a
But
Pepsi.
I don't know how often you drink Pepsi. I drink Coca-Cola like water.
Well, you won't be for a month, especially if you're
Nah.
right, Mr. Reporter.
Well, I know I'm right, so I ain't really worried about it. So
Make the bet.
bet made.
Bet made. Bet made.
Bet made.
Bet made.
Let's look it up right now. Let's just look it up right now. We all got Google here. We can do this. Largest county in Florida. That's what you said, right? Largest county. Do you want to go size, population? How do you want to do this?
Okay, you tell me what you found. Since my wife in here telling me I'm wrong.
I done told him he's wrong, but he don't listen to me, never.
Absolutely
Okay.
not. I don't listen to you.
Okay. So by size,
look it up. We're not gonna get off track. You can just look it up. But I need you to give me your sports resolutions for 23.
Okay, well, I gave you one earlier this year. I mean, the first one was to be nicer to everyone, including Dallas Cowboy fans.
You didn't say that.
I'm going to try to be nicer to Dallas Cowboy fans in 2023. No, seriously. All right, seriously. That's a joke. Y'all know I'm not going to be nice to y'all. Y'all know that. No, I haven't seen a sporting event live since COVID. That's going to change in 2023. Hopefully this weekend I'll go see Winter Haven girls basketball team play at St. Pete Lakewood. I'm going to see multiple sporting events live again this year and perhaps start writing again.
Okay. The bug is coming back again, huh?
Oh yeah. It's been itching. It's been itching. Now it's time to scratch it.
Yeah, Blue Star ointment. Moving right along. moving right along.
Pow! Pow!
Moving right along.
The reflections of this. Wait, we need the discretion.
See,
disclaimer now.
Oh man!
All right, your resolutions. Oh my goodness!
Staying with Kobe Bryant and what we had him bring to us. One is I'm gonna pray for my family and my daughter's raising of their athletic boys, my grandsons, in a world that's different from the world that I was raised in, and even the one they were raised in. I'm gonna pray for them. It's a lot different now, participating in sports, playing in sports, and we grew up. You can go to the park and stay all day, and I mean, you would go far enough away that you would have to ride your bicycle to get over there and come back, and you'd ride over there and stay all day and play. But now, can't do that. We had a shooting up on campus with them playing basketball, playing pickup basketball. It's just different,
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
The other one is that God gave me a life in sports that kept me so focused that I didn't spend much time on craziness because I was so busy just listening and following the sports world, and because it just seemed not to be as serious. A lot of life's issues at that time weren't really trickling into sports that much. It is now, but I mean, even as an adult, a grown adult with kids, I mean, I would have to be brought up to date with things because if it wasn't on the sports page and I didn't see it, I went straight to the sports.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of it, it was just so much negativity. So, And the last one is to continue to pray for those blessed with talents and skills to better themselves and others around them to realize that it's a blessing and a gift and there's nothing that's owed to them. For them to appreciate the gift that they were given and to maximize it to the best of their ability.
Amen.
You know, I tell you all the time, I'm a guy my sleep is so erratic, but I always, I wake up 4 or 5 o'clock. I call it my time with God. That's when he kind of gets on me and tells me what he wants me to do and what he wants me to follow. And a lot of times, if I don't write down what he's told me, then when I go back to sleep and wake up, I don't have a clue. I'm just lost. But some of the things that I found that Kobe had said that we will share some of those with, were found during that time. I mean, during that time when I was up like that we would discover that and found that. So I also have to tell you that you were correct. Collier County is number one in size, then Palm Beach, then Dade, then Polk. It's not Duval. But Polk County was not number one. So I admit I erred, but that's my mistake for the year. I got 11 and a half months to go. Well, I'm going to be good. So I will be right the rest of the way.
As Coca-Cola says, yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, Miss C. I appreciate it.
Oh, man. Oh, man, my phone is, and I'm getting texts and phone messages. Coach, calm down, Coach. Don't say that there.
Coach, cut it. Oh, snap. Hey, look, I want to say thanks to everyone who's following, who's been along for the ride, either for 10 years or this is your first time. Thank you. We hope that I did bet Sports Diva. I did. He ain't drinking no Pepsi. If he drinks Pepsi and y'all see it, anybody see him drink Pepsi in the next month, y'all get on him. Get on him. Tell him he made a bet. But no, I want to thank everybody for joining us, and because even this is for the kids, yes, but you all make it possible. So thank you a lot. Thank you very much. Wrote a song about it. Want to hear it? Nah.
Nope. Thank you.
Nope. But thank you.
Yeah, we've had a really good run. We're excited to see what the future holds. Who would have really thought that, I had envisioned being able to have our own network and be able to do some things. And man, I remember people trying to buy a partner with INSiiGHTS because we had the content, and they were like, and this was some years ago. They said, we're trying to get on 24 hours. But Coach Craig, we're the only one I know got enough content that could be on 24 hours, and we still keep doing content. And with Claflin, the athletic show, one of the things that's very interesting about Claflin and the exposure we're giving them is the fact that we now have schools and people asking us about the programs, kids that are interested in going to Claflin's. They reached out to some male and females in the area to recruit for their program. And that's exactly what we had hoped for, to be able to provide for Claflin some exposure where they hadn't gotten it before. And they're getting that. And, they have a tournament, their Paws Classic, and INSiiGHTS will be there. And as we went to the golf tournament, and, it's a small school right next to South Carolina State, but if you don't feel at home when you go on their campus, it's only because you don't know what home is. I mean, it's that type of campus, and it's an academic school. I mean, those students leaving Claflin, the oldest black college in South Carolina, and South Carolina has Benedict, Allen, Voorhees, South Carolina State, Claflin. They have more black colleges than we have in Florida. So they've done a good job of educating their constituents in the state of South Carolina. Shout out to Gilda Cobb Hunter, state representative from FAMU by way of Gifford, Florida. And
Gifford.
she lets you know that that's where she's from is Gifford, not Vero Beach.
Okay.
Those from there know that there is a difference. They are not the same. You know, like you listen to them now, sometimes they'll talk about Quincy. Talk about Quincy's a suburb of Tallahassee. I say, huh? I don't think it is. I don't think it's a suburb.
Not quite. Nah.
Quincy has their own thing going. You know.
We've got our own thing. That's right. That is right. That's right. That's crazy, man.
Oh man,
That's crazy.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Well, Rick, we
Yep.
got 1, 2, 3 games coming up this weekend. I mean, so we'll be busy being the entity that we look forward to being in terms of bringing additional attention to some of these programs and being on Roku, which is in 91 million homes. I mean, so people have access to find us. So, and again, ladies and gentlemen, we need you to go down and make sure that you subscribe to INSiiGHTS, like the button, subscribe to us, give us a thumbs up. All that helps the numbers and everything. All that helps us. So we need you to continue to support us.
Like us on Facebook.
I liked it on Facebook.
Follow us on Twitter. INSiiGHTS.
Yeah.
2 eyes in the middle. INSiiGHTS.
All right, y'all.
That's right, y'all. That's right. That is right.
Oh, we really do appreciate that, you know. And
Like us on Facebook.
I liked it on Facebook.
Follow us on Twitter. INSiiGHTS.
Yeah.
2 eyes in the middle. INSiiGHTS.
All right, y'all.
Every time that's gonna play, I'm gonna crack up. This dude at the end just like, all right, y'all.
all right, y'all.
All right. But he's not saying all right, y'all. Peace. He's saying all right, y'all. Like us. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. I just like the way he says it though.
You already know. You already know. You know. And a special shout out here to.
I appreciate it, Coach, and of course, I always thank INSiiGHTS for covering high school sports. You all kind of open that door for high school sports to be viewed by those on the outside. And I know football is doing more now. I mean, I think one of the stations are doing high school football. But you guys are the ones that kind of help open that door for high school basketball to be shown. I know you've been doing it for some time, but we appreciate your support.
Great, man.
Thank you, Rick. You know why I'm thanking you. That was your idea that as we interviewed him, said, "Oh, Coach, that's a great promo piece." I said, yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, but we were doing it on the football on TV before the rest of them were.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's right.
and still on TV. Still on TV, streaming.
Still doing it.
We gotta keep doing what we do.
And doing it and doing it and doing it well.
Yeah, right.
Hey.
This guys right there, boy, they having a time of their life laughing at whatever it is.
You know what they're laughing at, Coach?
What they
Those Cowboys. Oops. Did I say that?
It didn't take you long to break that.
Go Bucks.
Stay up to date with the latest from INSiiGHTS. Visit our website at INSiiGHTS.com. 2 eyes in the middle. INSiiGHTS.
INSiiGHTS is a copyright of Mac4 Enterprises, a Florida corporation. This broadcast is produced under the exclusive ownership of Mac4 Enterprises and is the intellectual property and trademark of Mac4 Enterprises. Comments of the host and other individual speakers on INSiiGHTS represent their independent thoughts and representation.
Always. I appreciate you.
112 years to the Cowboys. Way to go, boys.
Whoa, there you go.
Yo.